And did they change the locks? Maybe it's the back door? You have the back door. You said the one was different. You were convinced. We're up high. Oh, my window looks right out to a tree. Maybe I haven't changed the locks then. Bummer. I like our porch light. So that orange flag then, that orange flag by that tree is where is where it's gonna end. I'm gonna take a picture from over there and show Grant where the septic's gonna go. They're probably gonna have to take out this tree then in order to dig the hole. This isn't a bad spot. Looks so good. Nice, okay. It is the 8th, and we got some updates. So the house is on the property now. He moved it on the 6th. Everything's moving along really quickly. Let's see. He cleared the land, not all of it, didn't clear the land, but he cleared the pad for the house. He got the house out there. So we're having some issues with the well deal because we were going to have a well, but then the contractor for the place where we got the house, he asked a couple well guys and they said the water out there is trash, like it's really sulfury, not drinkable, not even for animals. So I guess he looked around in the area and found that there is a well out there that I think is decent, maybe. I don't really know the story. Heather's been talking to him, so I think he said that it's 750 feet, which would cost us like $30,000 or something like that. And we've been quoted $15,000 for to go like 350 feet, but it wouldn't be drinkable water most likely. So he said instead of taking that chance, we should just get city water and then allocate the rest of the funds for the improvements into like clearing more land and then or putting a fence up. So I think what we're wanting to do is put up a chain link fence along the front half of the property and then clear what else we can with the rest of the money. Just to get us started, because clearing by hand, it's really, we spent, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours at a time. So we might have put 12 hours into it, and we did not get very far because we had to do manual labor. So, and it's been hot. It's gonna be 108 on Sunday. Texas is sliding straight into hell. What else? He's got the spot out. He got the spot for the septic tank off to the left. It's slightly different than the drawing he gave us in the beginning, which you guys haven't seen. But he had the house originally in the front, septic in the back, the well to the right, with the electrical pole there as well. And then in the back we were gonna have the horses and everything. But now it's the house. I think the electric's still gonna go to the right, and then the septic's gonna go to the left side of the house, because behind the house is the ravine that the water runs down when it rains. It's really hard, so he couldn't put it back there because I guess it's considered a creek and you're not allowed, it'll be polluting it if he puts a septic tank there, so that's not allowed, so we had to move it. But that just leaves the entire back half of the property for our horses and stuff, so we're going to try to figure out if we can reroute the path of the water, because we have 2 ravines, 2 little like runoffs that run under the road and it directly towards our property, like, so the left side runs down and kind of curves around that way, and then the right side runs side of the road, and then it comes into our property and then cuts like down the middle half of it. So we're not sure, but we want to reroute it to like have it all go down to one wash and wash down the edge of our property instead of down the middle. We're not sure how we're gonna do that yet, but we met a couple of our neighbors. Super nice people so far, and one of the guys said that everyone in the area is super friendly. There's been no theft. It's super quiet. People go out, like, will come over and they'll help you without asking for anything in return. So, yeah, everyone's super nice. We're waiting to hear from the electric guy, the engineer to get the drop pole put in. Not sure how long that's going to take. The contractor for the manufactured house place that's been working, Stan is his name. He's been great. Stan the man. He's been, making sure everything's getting done on time. So he's been contacting everybody. He went yesterday to the office for the city water, put a deposit down, put it in his name, and then he said he'll pay the $35 transfer fee for it to be put in our name. So then he just he can't do the septic till we have water and power. And because we've paid for it, we can move into the house. So because it's the 8th, we move out, our lease date is up the 25th. So that gives us a little bit more wiggle room. If we can get power to the house by that time, we can move in and live there, haul in water, dig a hole in the backyard for, whatever. Take those, what do they call them, whore baths with the washcloths and stuff like they used to do in the olden days. They lived like that back then, and we can live like that for a couple days until we get water and the septic tank put in, depending on how long it takes. But hopefully we have enough time, and he's getting everything moving along pretty smoothly. So hopefully it'll all be done by that time, and he's getting the locks changed today so we can go inside. I think that's it. So I recorded Friday, the day we closed, that everything went smoothly, and then that Monday I got called by somebody. Oh God, the insurance. Okay, hold on. The insurance. So I had not heard from the insurance, the mortgage insurance. What is it? Something, whatever, the insurance, whatever we needed for. Homeowner's insurance. That's what it is. Yes. Anyway, she had told me, you're gonna have to pay me directly, and then I had called that week. I think the last thing I had said about it was that Monday, Juneteenth, and no one was open, so I was waiting to hear from them. So I called Tuesday, and asked, or she had called me and said, no, that's not right, actually. No, that's correct. Okay. So after Tuesday after Juneteenth, I called the lender and asked, and he said, he's like, no, you'll pay your insurance is included in the closing costs. So that's why it was $1,200 plus whatever it was before. But our closing costs ended up going down for some reason. I don't know why, but it was slightly less, like a couple dollars less than what it would be. But he's like, you'll pay the insurance premium. It is escrowed. He's like, no, you don't pay the insurance company directly. I said, okay, cool. So then that Friday, the first when we went to close, no, that was so we closed. Everything went fine, whatever. And then Monday, I got a call from the closer, and she said you needed to initial something, and I was like, well, I don't have my car, my sister has my car right now, and she's at work, we work in 2 separate places, and she said, well, it won't get funded until you put your initials. So as we're signing it, she didn't check to make sure all my initials were there, and we changed it halfway through where she's like, oh, we'll make sure to sign your middle name because your middle name is included in some of the signature lines. So we had to go back, cross out where our last name was, write our initials above that, and then sign our middle and last name. And we had to do that for all of them we had signed so far, and I made a mistake, and I forgot to put my initials above 1 as we were going through. Kind of frustrating, so I made Heather come get me at her lunch to drive to Navasota, which is, I don't know, it's like 15-20 minutes depending on traffic. Sign my initials, just 3 little letters, and then drive back. And that's all I needed to fund it. I thought that's so annoying. So that was that, and then I got a call the next day from the insurance lady, and she said, hey, when do you guys close? I said, hey, we closed last week. She's like, well, I haven't been told anything. She said, you were supposed to pay me. I said, no. So she said, I haven't heard anything. Like, let me contact the lender. I said, okay. And then I didn't hear anything. And then Friday the 1st, when we went to go sign the stuff at the manufactured seller, the house seller, that day, I was asked by the people selling the house, like, well, did you get the insurance? I said, I don't know, because the lady was confused. She didn't even know we closed. It's like the lender didn't even tell her. So then I got an email, like right then, pretty much a couple minutes after they asked me that question, from the insurance, saying that, okay, sign these documents and then set up Easy Pay. And I was like, wait, we don't pay her, we pay the lender, because it is escrowed. We pay for the insurance in our monthly payment. And so Stan, the guy he does insurance for the mobile home place, he said, here, give me her number, I'll talk to her. Like, she's confused, she's been told something different. Which what's the big thing about the lender is, somebody would tell me something and then somebody else would tell somebody else something else, like something different. So the insurance lady was talking to somebody else within the mortgage company, and I was talking to 2 different people. So there's 3 people right there. And those weren't just the only 3 people we were talking to just in the lender. So she was confused. I said, I don't pay you. Like, it's just like, well, I got an email. I said, well, I was told by, the main person I'm talking to that that's not how it goes. I paid my closing costs was the premium of the insurance. And so then she's like, okay. She figured it out. Everything got, figured out and everything was good. So she said, just, sign something, and then you don't need Easy Pay, so we're good to go. They're going to send us the documents. However, I don't remember which address she put down. If she put down the new house's address that hasn't even been built yet, that doesn't have a mailbox. And I don't know if she put down my P.O. box, so I hope she did, because if not, we don't have our insurance information, because it's not going to get there, because we don't have a mailbox at the new house. But, so that was that. So Friday we went and went to look at the land again, start some clearing. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened. I think that's about it. Just it's kind of sad we can't have a well. We're planning kind of where we want to put the horses, where we want to put the arena. It's a little hard because the land isn't cleared, and there are... Oh, Heather just texted me. Okay, well, Stan was supposed to come get the keys. So we got the keys on the 1st. Oh. We got the keys on the 1st, and they were going to change the locks, but then they didn't change the locks, so we couldn't get in the house. Yesterday we went to go see it when he put it on the land. So he's supposed to come out today, and I was supposed to meet him, but he's not coming out today, I guess. Now it's 3 o'clock. I was supposed to meet him at like 1, but I didn't hear anything from him, so he just said he's not coming out. So I don't know when he's going to change the locks. I don't think he works on the weekend, so it's a little weird, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer we won't have a well. I'm not sure how the city water is, and I also don't know how much that bill is going to be with 4 horses. It's going to be a lot. Alright, that is all. Everything's working out really well. We're moving right along. Houses on the property. It looks so good. I'm so excited. That's all the updates I have, and every time we go to the property, I'm going to do before and afters, because I like it to be able to look back on. So they redid the countertops and apparently the sink, but see, the thing is, they left before the job was done, and now we don't have a sink, functional sink. And then they left the other old sink at the top of the stairs. Doesn't the countertop look nice? Also, the backsplash hasn't been done either. And they knocked this down and then didn't even bother to pick it up because they're rude. So I got home and a big Ford pickup was pulling into the driveway when I parked. So I'm like, oh crap, this probably sink people. Let me get inside real quick. So I went to walk up the stairs and he's like, hey, excuse me. I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm here to take away the other sink. It's okay. It's at the top of the stairs. Take it. He's like, is nothing connected at the new sink? I said, no, nothing's connected. He's like, well, did they leave all the parts off the old sink? And I was like, I don't know. It's just sitting at the top of our stairs and nothing in our house is hooked up. He goes, well, how do you know if they got all the parts off of it? I don't know anything. He's like, oh. It's like, he was confused. I was confused. He's like, well, see, there's a part on that sink they probably need to hook up the garbage disposal. I said, they won't bring a new one? He's like, I don't know. I'm just here to take away the old sink. And I was like, well, you can come in and look at what parts they have. He's like, I don't know. I'm just here to take away the old sink. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'll call Bell Properties. I was like, all right, sounds good. So I went inside, clean the litter box, and then I walked downstairs and he's like, okay. I called Bell Properties. She said, you bought the new sink and stuff. I was like, no, we didn't buy anything. I'm like, they didn't even tell us they were changing out the sink. He's like, oh, well, they said you bought it. I said, no, it was probably the owner. We're renting. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, we even left like dirty dishes, so we were mortified. He was like, oh. I was like, yes, I don't know what they need. He said, well, I'm gonna leave the sink there because I don't know if there's parts on it that they are gonna need. I said, okay. I mean, I don't care if the sink sits there. I'm more annoyed that we don't have water and a faucet in our new sink. He's like, oh yeah, that's understandable. I said, I wish they could have waited till they moved out. He's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we're not mad at you. He's like, oh yeah, okay. So he got in the truck. I said, have a good one. He's like, you too. So he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you don't have to apologize. It's not your fault. You're just here to take away the old sink. So still no faucet, still a sink sitting on our doorstep, and I don't know when these people are coming to finish the job. So. What are you doing now? There's the poop tank. I think there's more than... Is that just the one that they're putting in? The hole does not look big enough. We just went... Is that chain always that loose? That's a little terrifying. That's a solid pack of concrete there. It's a concrete box. Big work everywhere. Oh, the mirror. I'm gonna play that one. He's just actually gotten water literally everywhere. Nope, bath time.